have such an immense love for wine that you'd actually bathe in it? Or do you prefer to eat your meals locked in a jail cell, or out of a toilet, or with a fish biting your toes off? Might sound like I've gone crazy, but these restaurants actually do exist, and they've been welcoming intrigued guests for years. It seems like some restaurateurs are determined to get their customers the most creative and out there dining experiences. So here's a little taste of some of the oddest restaurants in the world. Who doesn't love the feeling of warm water caressing your feet at the beach? How about the tickling sensation of fish nibbling on your toes? Okay, maybe that second one isn't something that everyone loves, but Cafe Ikan in Ho Chi Minh City offers its customers both, with a side of coffee. This unique cafe has 3 floors, the first of which is pretty standard, but the top 2 are flooded with ankle-deep water and filled to the brim with fish. One floor is for smaller species of decorative fish, and the top floor is for Japanese carp. Like the famous fish spas of Asia, these fish will feast on the bacteria on your feet, supposedly allowing you to relax even more as you sip your coffee or smoothie. There are some obvious concerns when it comes to Cafe Ikan, namely, is it safe? Apparently, the fish are not at risk of being stepped on by coffee lovers as they have lightning-fast reflexes. As for the hygiene of walking around in a cesspool of sea creatures and human feet, the cafe claims to use a 24-hour water filtration system that keeps a clean flow going at all times. Speaking of submerging, how about a nice bath in red wine? A pool of sake? Okay, if that's not to your liking, what about taking a dip in a bowl of ramen noodles or green tea? All of these are offered at the Yenison Spa Resort in Japan. Although you can't consume whatever you're bathing in for the obvious reasons of hygiene and alcoholic baths don't get you drunk, there are some odd health benefits of these strange baths, particularly with red wine. Apparently, red wine is excellent for your skin as it dries it out and reduces the effects of aging. The red wine bath also has a 12-foot decorative bottle above it. To put this into perspective, the bottle could contain roughly 200 magnums of wine, which would cost approximately $3,000. This incredible spa is just 50 kilometers from Tokyo and costs about $25 to enter. Sound worth it? Tell us in the comments below. If bathing in wine and sipping coffee with fish is weird for you, brace yourself for this next one. Modern Toilet in Taipei, Taiwan has an astounding theme that is right there in the title. Toilets. All for around $10 to $15 each, you can choose from a selection of such dishes as the Turd Sub Sandwich, a hot pot served in a mini toilet bowl, and their famous Constipation Black Stool Chocolate Snow Shavings for dessert. All meals are served in miniature toilets and drinks in small plastic urinals. Although the image of your food coming from a toilet is hard for some to get over, apparently the idea works for everyone else, as Modern Toilet is a huge success that has become a chain with new locations across Taiwan, Hong Kong, and more planned in Malaysia and Macau. What do you think? You brave enough to try toilet-inspired food? When it comes to odd dining experiences, it seems some people are gluttons for punishment, such as the case in Bangalore, India's Central Jail restaurant, where you get taken in by a prison guard and locked behind bars as you're seated. Guns strapped to the walls, dim light, exposed brick decor, and servers dressed as guards complete the jailhouse ambiance. Luckily for customers at Central Jail, the food has a little more variety than real prison food, ranging from Indian, Chinese, Adra, and Tandoor specials. Customers have said the food is just okay, and that the fun of being locked inside a jailhouse greatly makes up for it. Probably being able to leave after only an hour or two makes this prison experience a lot more enjoyable than the real thing, too. For those of us who are looking for less strange and more spectacular gastronomic adventures, we have the perfect option for you. The very first of its kind, Etha is a restaurant in the Maldives built 5 meters below sea level. This feat of engineering is encased in a glass ceiling that stretches from one side of the floor to the other, giving diners a fantastic 180-degree view of the ocean. Opening in 2005, Etha can only seat 14 people at a time, as the whole structure is a minuscule 9 by 5 meters. The sights are stunning for customers, as the restaurant is surrounded by coral reefs and fish of many varieties. It makes sense that Etha serves a great deal of seafood too, including lobster and caviar. Do you think the fish outside of the glass ever recognize family or friends on the plates? Not just anyone can dine here though, as the average meal is about $400. Etha seems to have started a trend, as there are now at least 7 of these restaurants built below sea level all across the world, from Dubai to Berlin to Nashville, Tennessee. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford this incredible dining experience. From under the sea to high in the sky, the lap of luxurious eating knows no bounds. Dinner in the Sky in Las Vegas literally takes fine dining to a new level. This incredible tourist attraction isn't simply a penthouse restaurant, but rather a platform suspended in the air by a crane 150 feet up. The concept started in Belgium for corporate events, but the American location was the first to open to the public. To ensure everyone's safety, the customers are all strapped into roller coaster style seats, while the chefs and servers are attached to harnesses like rock climbers. These safety features have paid off because in the 9 years Dinner in the Sky has been around, they have a completely clean safety record. Although Las Vegas is the only permanent location, Dinner in the Sky has mobile services in 15 countries around the world, including France, Lebanon, and Japan. It only costs $13,000 US for them to set up the restaurant near you. We've all heard of cat cafes and dog cafes where you can cuddle with your favorite furry friend while you sip a coffee and munch on a croissant. But what if your favorite furry friend is a sheep? I guess that'd be your favorite woolly friend. Anyways, Korea has the solution for you. Thanks Nature Cafe in Hongdae, Seoul is the world's only sheep cafe. Home to 2 sheep named Honey and Sugar, the cafe lets you pet and play with them while you enjoy your food and drink. Their menu includes the basic coffees and teas you'd expect in a cafe, as well as a lot of fruit-based beverages and milkshakes. The sheep are kept downstairs in a pen, so if you're worried they might steal a bite from your plate, you can always escape to the upstairs seating area. It's certainly a wacky idea and the next evolution to animal cafes. What animal do you think is next to be incorporated into the cafe culture? Many American restaurants serve food that isn't good for you, but it's rare to find one that openly flaunts the health risks that come from eating their cuisine, if you can call it cuisine. At the Heart Attack Grill, however, from the moment you walk in, the staff are preparing for your death. The whole restaurant is hospital-themed. The waitresses are dressed in scantily clad nurse outfits, and customers are put into hospital gowns. They even go as far as to serve you wine in an IV. Instead of delineating their burger size by pounds like McDonald's, here they're ranked by how damaging they are to your heart. From double to quadruple bypass, the latter of which has 4 pounds of beef, 20 strips of bacon, an entire tomato, and a bun soaked in lard. So just how heavy is the quadruple bypass burger? Well, it costs the eater just under 20,000 calories, which is about 10 days worth of food. The Heart Attack Grill is shameless in its promotion of overeating. Customers who weigh in at over 350 pounds eat free. And if you don't finish your massive meal, then you're spanked with a paddle by your server. There's no doubt from all the restaurants we've seen so far that eating is just not about taste, but all the senses. So what happens if you take one away? Well, Anwar in Canada gives you that opportunity. They've created a completely pitch-black dining experience. Why do this, you ask? Apparently, many of their customers have discovered they loved food they previously hated when they couldn't see it. Being blind while eating allows you to focus on the flavor and the textures, creating a totally unique sensation. Many of their staff are people with visual impairments as well, which comes in handy as they have the best handle on navigating total darkness. When you enter the restaurant, you're handed over completely to the care of your servers who guide you through the evening. Anything you need to get by calling their name, including finding the bread on your table and being led into the washroom. Our final selection offers a new definition to dinner and a show. Lasers, cabaret numbers, ferocious animals of many shapes and sizes, and of course, robots. All of this jam-packed into a 90-minute show while you eat a traditional Japanese meal in Tokyo's robot restaurant. The food isn't really the point of the evening, especially when you have bikini-clad princesses doing battle with huge electronic beings from space. The robot restaurant entertains its guests with a wide variety of dazzling entertainment, all choreographed and rehearsed by a highly trained dance troupe. The troupe rehearses day and night in order to bring customers of the robot restaurant the most out-there performances ever, that often end in a climactic battle between giant robots. This restaurant is 100% on brand for Japan and is one of Tokyo's top tourist attractions. So, which of these crazy restaurants were your favorite? Did I entice you with trying any strange dining experiences? Got any new ideas for a restaurant even weirder than what we just saw? Share in the comments below, and please like this video and smash that subscribe button for more great content like this.